Hello, dear students. Welcome to English class. I hope all of you are doing well. Students, in this video, I shall start with a new chapter, that is chapter number 6, Gulliver in the Land of Lilliput. Students, I hope that you remember the previous chapter, that is Gulliver's Travels. In the previous chapter, the story ended when Gulliver reached the shore. When he reached the shore, he was so exhausted, he was so tired that he slept on the grasses. So that was the end of the story. And let me tell you that chapter number 6, that is Gulliver in the Land of Lilliput, this is the continuation. Okay. Now we will see that what happens, what happens after that when he woke up. So let's start with the chapter. Before you read, did you like the story of Gulliver's travels in the previous chapter? Are you curious to find out what happens next? Read below and find about Gulliver's adventure where he was shipwrecked in a land of people who were only 6 inches tall. Shipwrecked means left by a ship destroyed at sea. As I told you in the previous chapter, his ship was broken into two pieces, right? And he was left by the ship. The ship was not in that condition where he could travel or where he could sail by ship. So somehow he managed to escape from that storm, and he finally reached the shore. And after reaching the shore, he slept there on the grasses. So now we'll continue. We'll see that what happens after that. I must have slept for about 9 hours, for when I woke up it was daylight. So I hope you remember that I told you that when he reached the shore it was about 8 pm in the evening. So, and he was so exhausted and tired that he slept on the shore. So he says that I must have slept for about 9 hours. So it means he was so tired that he slept for about 9 hours, and when he woke up it was daylight. Sorry. I tried to get up, but I couldn't move. My arms and legs were tied to pegs fastened into the ground. So he was trying to wake up, but he was not able to move. Why? Because his arms and his legs, they were tied to pegs fastened into the ground. Pegs means short nails used to hold or tie the objects to the ground. Means the short nails that are used to tie the object or hold the object. And fastened means fixed. So his arms and his legs, they were fixed with the help of nails into the ground. Thin strong cords were tied across my body and attached to pegs in the ground. My long hair was spread out and tied down in the same manner. Thin strong cords means ropes. So with the help of ropes and nails, his complete body was tied into the ground. See, as you can see in this picture, his complete body, including his hair, arms, legs, everything, is tied into the ground. All I could do was to stare upwards at the sun, blinking to ease the pain on my already strained eyes. Ease means to reduce the pain. His body was paining, his body was aching, and he could he could only stare towards the sun. Suddenly I heard strange noises around me, but I couldn't move to find out what they were or where they were coming from. So suddenly he heard some noises, but he was unable to find out because he was not able to move his body as he was completely tied with the ground to the ground. The next moment I felt something alive moving on my leg. It progressed over my stomach and onto my chest, stopping just below my chin. I lowered my eyes downward as much as I could, hoping to see what sort of insect was crawling on me. So he felt that something was crawling on his body. Then I suddenly gasped. Gasped means breath heavily, to hold one's breath with surprise. Then suddenly he saw something, and by seeing that he was surprised. Why? It's a human creature, barely 6 inches tall. So he was surprised to see that a human creature, that also only 6 inches tall, was crawling on his body. He was very much amazed to see this. This creature had a bow and arrow in his hands and was followed by 40 more creatures like him. So he was surprised to see that who are these people. Means वो बिल्कुल सरप्राइज हो गया था कि इतने छोटे छोटे लोग, मीन्स 6 इंचज, मीन्स इतने बड़े बड़े वो ह्यूमन बींग्स को देख रहा था और उनके हाथ में वो एन एरो था। और सिर्फ वो वैसे एक नहीं थे, वैसे 40 क्रीचर्स उनके जैसे थे। I was so surprised that I let out a frightful roar. All the creatures ran helter-skelter and jumped off my body in terror. और जैसा कि वो बहुत सरप्राइज हो गया तो उसने कस के आवाज़ लगाई, फ्राइटफुल रोल। फ्राइटफुल मीन्स टेरिबल, तेज़ से आवाज़ लगाई उसने। और जो भी क्रिएचर्स उसके ऊपर थे, उसकी बॉडी पे जो सिर्फ 6 इंचेस के थे, वो बिल्कुल भागा दौड़ी मच गई, क्योंकि वो ऑलरेडी ये इतना बड़ा था, उनके सामने ये बहुत छोटे छोटे थे ह्यूमन बींग्स। तो जैसे ही इसने तेज़ से आवाज़ लगाई, दहाड़ा जितने भी क्रिएचर्स थे वो सारे डर के मारे इधर उधर कूदने लगे, उसकी बॉडी से जंप करने लगे बिकॉज ऑफ टेरर। वो लोग डर गए कि ये इतना शाउट कर रहा है। सो दे वर इन टेरर। आफ्टर सम टाइम दे गैदर्ड करेज एंड क्लाइम बैक ऑन टू माई बॉडी। उसके बाद फिर कुछ टाइम बाद उन्होंने करेज गैदर किया, दे गैदर्ड सम करेज एंड अगेन दे क्लाइम बैक टू हिज body. This time one of them even clambered onto my chin to get a closer look at me. And इस टाइम क्या हुआ, उसमें से एक creature वो clambered onto my chin. Clambered means he tried to climb onto his chin in order to look at him closely. He let out a screech of excitement. Hekina Degul. और उसने screech means to shout or to scream. तेज से आवाज़ लगाया। क्या लगाया? हेकिना डेगुलो। ये आई थिंक उनका कोई अलग लैंग्वेज है। दिस इज अनदर लैंग्वेज ऑफ दोज 6 inches tall people. As you can see in the picture, he is so big, he is huge, and there are so many small creatures that are around him, and he is tied with the ropes and nails. हेकिना डेगुल repeated the crowd after him. और जैसे ही उस आदमी ने हेकिना डेगुल बोला, बाकी जो लोग थे, क्राउड था, the crowd also repeated the same thing, that is Hekina Degul. I didn't give too much attention to their words. I was more concerned with setting myself free. So he was not paying attention to what the people were saying. He was actually very much exhausted because he was tied with the ropes and he was trying to make himself free. वो अपने आप को free करना चाह रहा था. By twisting and turning and pulling and pushing, I managed to pull out the pegs that were holding my left arm down. With one arm free, I was able to free my hair and turn my head to the right. So किसी तरह से उसने मैनेज करके, इधर उधर करके, ट्विस्ट करके, टर्न करके, पुल एंड पुश करके, उसने he was able to pull out the pegs, means वो जो nails थे, he was able to pull out those nails from the left arm, and as his one arm was free, he was able to free his hair, as his hair was also tied, and then he was able to move his head to the right. That means in the right direction he was able to move his head. There were cries of panic from the little creatures, and suddenly hundreds of tiny arrows hit my left hand, pricking me like hundreds of needles. देयर वर क्राइज ऑफ पैनिक, मीन्स जैसे ही उसने अपना एक आर्म फ्री किया और वो अपने हेड को टर्न किया, वो सारे लोग डर गए, वो बिल्कुल पैनिक होने लगे और उन्होंने सडनली उसकी तरफ एरोज से हिट किया उसको। एरोज उनके पास जो भी एरोज थे, बोज एंड एरोज, उससे वो उसको हिट करने लगे। और वो एरोज भी बिल्कुल छोटे छोटे थे, क्योंकि वो लोग भी छोटे थे, तो उनकी जितनी भी चीज़ें थी वो भी छोटी थी। तो उनकी जो एरोज थे वो इसके लिए, गलीवर के लिए, देवर लाइक नीडल्स, वो नीडल की तरह थे, उसको उसी तरह चुभ रहे थे। When arrows began striking my face, I groaned with pain and raised my left hand to protect myself. और जैसा कि वो एरोज जो कि नीडल की तरह उसको चुभ रहे थे, वो जब उसके फेस पे हिट करने लगा, देन ही क्राइड विद पेन, उसने तेज से आवाज़ लगाई और अपने लेफ्ट हैंड को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए अपने फेस की तरफ ऐसे कर दिया। They also started jabbing spears at my sides. Jabbing means poking. वो लोग उसको पोक करने लगे, spears से उसको पोक करने लगे। Luckily for me, my jacket was thick and prevented me from getting severely injured. बट लकीली हिज जैकेट वॉज वेरी थिक, उसका जैकेट था वो बहुत थिक था, और जिसकी वजह से उसको ज़्यादा इंजरी, सीरियस इंजरी नहीं हुई. I thought to myself, what the wisest thing to do would be to lie still until night. So he thought that I should do nothing but to lie down still. मुझे कुछ भी नहीं करना चाहिए, मुझे चुपचाप से यहाँ लेटे रहना चाहिए रात तक के लिए. So I stopped struggling and the arrows stopped coming. फिर उसने struggle करना छोड़ दिया, and फिर क्या हुआ, arrows, वो लोग arrows से hit करना उन्होंने बंद कर दिया. But soon I heard another loud noise near my right ear. It was like a banging, like people at work. I turned as much as I could and saw about 50 of the creatures setting up a platform, a roof, and a half above the ground. See, as you can see, कुछ देर बाद क्या हुआ, वो लोग एक प्लेटफॉर्म सेट करने लगे, वो लोग प्लेटफॉर्म सेट करने लगे ग्राउंड के ऊपर ताकि वो उस तक पहुंच सकें. Soon 4 of them climbed up ladders and stood on the platform. In the middle was an important looking man. He made a long speech looking in my direction, and of course I didn't understand a word of it. So वो लोग they started creating a platform, और प्लेटफॉर्म के बाद वो लोग ने लैडर रखा और क्लाइम किया, और वहाँ पे कोई important looking man था, मे बी वो उनका कोई लीडर था, and the leader gave some speech, but he was not able to understand the word because they might be using some other language, they had some other language, so he was not able to understand a word of it. But I could tell from the tone of his voice that some words were threats, other promises, and still other reassurances, especially when he pointed all around and repeated over and over, Lilliput, Lilliput. तो उसको कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि वो लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं, बट उनकी वॉइस से उसको समझ में आ रहा था कि कुछ थ्रेट्स हैं, कुछ प्रॉमिसेस हैं, और कुछ रीअश्योरेंसेस हैं, और वो सारे उसकी तरफ पॉइंट आउट कर रहे थे और बार बार रिपीट कर रहे थे, लिलिपुट, लिलिपुट. थ्रेट मीन्स वार्निंग एंड रीअश्योरेंस मीन्स होप्स और encouragements. So I was in a place called Lilliput, though I had never heard of such a country or seen it on a map. So उसको समझ में आया कि ये जो प्लेस पे वो अटक गया है, वो स्टक हो गया है, उस प्लेस का नाम लिलीपुट है, और उसने ऐसा कोई प्लेस ना कभी सुना था ना कभी मैप में देखा था. I tried to answer the important looking man and tell him that I was a friend and meant no harm. I even raised my eyes and hands to heaven to make my promise stronger. The last time I had eaten was hours before the ship sank, so I had to show these people that I was hungry. I did it by putting my fingers into my mouth as I spoke. So वो उनको बताना चाह रहा था कि आई एम अ फ्रेंड ऑफ योर्स एंड आई हैव नॉट कम टू हार्म यू. मैं आपका एक दोस्त हूँ और मैं आपको हार्म करने नहीं आया हूँ, मैं आपको नुकसान पहुँचाने नहीं आया हूँ. इसलिए वो अपने आइज़ को रेस कर रहा था, अपने हैंड्स को हेवन मतलब ऊपर कर रहा था. एंड फिर उसको याद आया कि वो बहुत ज़्यादा, उसको रियलाइज़ हुआ कि ही इज़ वेरी हंग्री, उसने बहुत टाइम से कुछ खाया नहीं है, इसलिए वो कुछ डायरेक्शंस दिखा रहा था. उसने अपने फिंगर्स को अपने माउथ के अंदर वो डाल रहा था ताकि उन लोगों को वो मैसेज पहुंचा सके दैट ही वाज हंग्री. द ग्रेट हुरगो, एज आई लेटर लर्नड, दिस इम्पॉर्टेंट लॉर्ड वॉज कॉल्ड. सो जो ये इम्पॉर्टेंट लुकिंग मैन था उसको कहते थे ग्रेट हुरगो, मे बी उनका कोई वो लीडर था. अंडरस्टूड माई साइंस एंड शाउटेड आउट ऑर्डर्स to the crowd below. So this important man, he understood the sign that Gulliver was making, और उसने कुछ orders दिए अपने crowd को. 100 little people immediately placed ladders at my sides and climbed up on my body with baskets full of meat and bread, which they dumped into my mouth. This was the food that their emperor had ordered as soon as he had received word of my arrival. तो जैसे ही उसको समझ में आ गया कि हाँ, जैसे ही उस इम्पॉर्टेंट लुकिंग मैन को समझ में आ गया कि ही इज़ हंग्री, गलीवर इज़ हंग्री, उसने इमीडिएटली अपने लोगों को कहा कि उसको खाना दो, उसके लिए खाना लाया जाए, उसके लिए फूड लाया जाए. और उसके बाद कुछ ही देर के बाद क्या हुआ, बास्केट फुल ऑफ मीट एंड ब्रेड उसके माउथ में डंप कर दिया गया. डंप मीन्स ड्रॉप कर दिया गया, क्योंकि उसको स्पून से तो खिला नहीं सकते, ही वॉज सो बिग, ही वॉज ह्यूज. सो उसके माउथ में सब लोग डंप कर रहे थे. When I signaled that I was also thirsty. They rolled a barrel up a ladder and across my chest. Then they poured a delicious liquid that tasted like wine. So उसने फिर सिग्नल दिया कि आई एम ओके, मीन्स आई एम ऑल्सो थर्स्टी, आई नीड सम वाटर. उसके बाद वो लोगों ने क्या किया, उन्होंने एक लैडर लगाया, मीन्स एक सीढ़ी लगाई उसके चेस्ट के पास, और फिर कोई डिलिशियस लिक्विड दैट टेस्टेड लाइक वाइन वो उसके माउथ में पोर कर दिया. बट देयर बैरल वॉज ओनली इक्वल टू अ कप. बट वो लोग इतने छोटे थे और उनके बैरल्स भी बहुत छोटे छोटे थे, तो वो गलीवर के हिसाब से इट वॉज लाइक ओनली, इट वॉज लाइक अ कप ओनली. वो जितना भी डाले, जितना भी बैरल्स, मतलब जितना इट बैरल मीन्स ड्रम, सिलेंड्रिकल ड्रम, कंटेनर और ड्रम. तो तो गलीवर के लिए वो बिल्कुल बहुत थोड़ा सा था, मीन्स लाइक वन कप. दे हैड गिवन मी अ सेकेंड बैरल. दे शोड मी दैट दे हैड नो मोर. सो उसके बाद जैसे उन्होंने उसको दूसरा बैरल भी दिया, लेकिन उसके बाद उनके पास वो ख़त्म हो चुका था. आई वॉज ग्रेटफुल टू दीज लिटिल क्रिएचर्स. They had treated me generously. So this Gulliver, he was very grateful, he was thankful to the small creatures because उन्होंने उसको कोई नुकसान नहीं पहुंचाया था, and they treated him very kindly. उन्होंने उसको खाना दिया, उन्होंने उसको पीने के लिए they gave him some delicious liquid that tasted like wine. So he was very grateful and thankful to these little creatures who had rather helped him. So the story is done. Adapted from Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. So let me tell you about the author, Jonathan Swift. Jonathan Swift was born in 1667, and unfortunately he bid farewell to this world on 1745. He was an Irish author who wrote a number of novels where he used humor to criticize various issues of society. He was also the head of St. Patrick's Cathedral in Dublin, Ireland. So this is about the author, that is Jonathan Swift. So I hope that the story is clear to everybody. Now students, in the next video I shall explain the comprehension part, that means the exercises. Till then I want you to read the story well, at least twice, so that you get the story, you understand the story well. So students, thank you so much. Stay safe, study properly, work hard.